So today I'm going to take you through the process of how I sublimate and bleach on a t-shirt. I'm really excited to show you guys the process because it was something that was highly requested. And so I'm really excited to show you guys how I make my shirts. Now this is something that I recently just started doing. And so there's a lot of stuff that I kind of learned along the way that I want to share with you guys. And I also just signed up to do a local market in my area. And so I'm really excited to start getting on making shirts and all kinds of tumblers. So if you're excited to get all the details on how you can either make these shirts for yourself or you just want to see the process on how I make them, then this is definitely going to be the video for you. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is the most important is the t-shirts. Where do you get your t-shirts? What kind of t-shirts do you use? What kind of style? Because that is very important. And that's going to determine the outcome of your shirt, how it looks, how bright it is, and how it bleaches. So I get my shirts from shirtspace.com. I will have a link in the description down below for you so you could go ahead and check it out. And the shirts I like to use, my regular t-shirts, are going to be the Gilden Softstyle t-shirt. And the finish for them, or the style of t-shirt you're going to need, are the heather colors. If you get a solid t-shirt, you're not going to be able to sublimate on it because the heather style t-shirts from this line, so that Gilden Softstyle, those are the ones that are going to be 65% polyester and 35% cotton. You want to make sure you have that sweet spot because the cotton is what's going to be able to bleach, and then the polyester is what you're going to need to sublimate. If you have 100% cotton shirt, you're not going to be able to sublimate. You will be able to get a beautiful bleached shirt on cotton, but you're going to have to use either HTV, a DTF, or some sort of screen print transfer on those shirts because sublimation just won't work for you. There are some 100% polyester cotton feel shirts that are out there on the market now, which I'm really excited for because in the past, 100% polyester was just not something that felt good on the skin, and is usually something that you use if you're going to be working out because it is that fast wicking, sweat absorbing kind of polyester workout material. So the Gilden Softstyle are the shirts that I use. They are the heather colors. Make sure that you are grabbing those heather colors, and those are going to be the shirts that look like they are kind of faded. They're going to have that like whitewash or gray wash of the color to them. There's going to be a different look. Your vibrant cotton colors are going to be a lot brighter in color, and then these heather style colors are going to again have that heathering, have that grayish finish, and those are the shirts that you want to look for if you are looking to sublimate. Now usually what I do is I bleach my shirts first and I sublimate on them, but I'm going to take you through another way to do shirts, and this is the way I been wanting to try them out for a while, so you're going to see how I do that. I am going to actually sublimate on the shirt first, and then we're going to go outside and we're going to bleach afterwards. Now this is a shirt that I did, that I bleached the shirt first and then I sublimated after, and I really love how it turned out. You can see the bleach spot in the middle, and I also decided to create some bleaching dots down around the bottom and top portion of the shirt. Then I went ahead and bleached the sleeves, and then this is a sublimation press along with this image. I thought the leopard sleeves would go perfect with this because as you can see, the skull itself also has a leopard print. So I went ahead and added leopard print to the sleeves, and I think it turned out super cute. Now, if you want your bleach print to be exactly around your image, you're gonna want to bleach first, and so that's what I'm gonna show you guys today. And as you can see on the back of my shirts, I don't have any bleach spots. Maybe there are some very tiny ones here in the back, but would you believe me if I said I bleach without putting a cardboard in the center of my shirt? A lot of people say you have to put a cardboard in the center of your shirt or you're gonna get bleaching on the back. My personal opinion is that I could care less. You're purchasing a bleach shirt. If the bleach transfers to the back, I don't really care too much for it. And actually on this shirt, I didn't get any bleaching at all, but I usually like to kind of scrunch up the back and squirt some bleach on the back too, to just add some bleach pattern on there. For this one I didn't, but I will show you guys how I do it on this one. So first things first, I'm gonna take you through the process of how I print out my sublimation. If you guys want to see a detailed video on the printer that I have, the ink that I use, and also the paper that I use, you can go ahead and check out this video up here and you can see all the process and all the material and stuff that I use to print out my sublimation images. I did recently just get a new printer that I am going to be converting to sublimation, and with this printer I'm going to be able to print up to 13 by 19 inches, and I'm really excited for it because the printer that you're going to see me using today is actually going to be a printer that I can only print 11 by 5 8 by 5 by 11. And the paper that I'm going to be using today is this Jegs Sublimation Paper. In the video that I'm going to have linked for you guys to check out, I talk about another brand of paper, which is also really good. But if you want to check out this small business here, they are located in Tampa. Their paper is amazing, and that's what we're going to be working with today. So let's go ahead and check out how I get my images printed, because I'm going to be using an image that I'm going to be downloading from Creative Fabrica. I'm going to print it on my printer, and then we're going to go ahead and go straight into pressing, and then we'll go outside and bleach. All right, so we're going to be using Creative Fabrica today for our image. I love this website so much. I do have a monthly membership where I pay $14.99 a month, and I gain access to all of these images that are always on trends, fonts, and so much more. If you want access and you want a discount on a membership, then check out the description down below, because I do have a discount for you guys and you can gain access to all of these images as well. Now, I decided to go with the Cozy Christmas bundle because look how cute these images are. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the download button, and once it's downloaded to my computer, I'm going to open up that file and select the image that I want to use for my shirt. Now, I've decided to go with the Wild About Christmas image. It is going to be the lip with the shushing finger. I just thought it was so cute and would go really well with the red shirt. I'm going to double click the image that I want, and once it's opened, we can go ahead and save it to our computer, or we can just print it from the file once it's opened. So I'm going to go ahead and click File and Print, and it's going to open my printer dialog box. And as you can see, I'm using the Epson ET2760, and my preset is set on photo on matte paper because that's going to give you the best quality. Now, you want to make sure that for your layout, you are flipping your sheet horizontally because you want to look at your paper. You want your paper and your image to be mirrored. So kind of like when you're working with Cricut Design Space and you're going to be doing HTV, you know, you always want to mirror your image. Same thing with sublimation. You always want to mirror your image because you're going to be laying it down flat. And if you do not mirror your image and you press it, your image on the shirt is going to come out backwards, and we do not want that. So key is to make sure that you are flipping your image. Now I am playing around with the orientation, trying to figure out where I'm going to be getting the best fill. So what orientation is going to allow me to print the biggest I can print without cutting off anything. I went ahead and switched over my orientation to portrait, and we're going to change the scale to, I believe, 97% is what we end up at. Yeah, 98% kind of cuts off the nail. So we do it at 97%. And once I am happy with the scale, we're going to just go ahead and print that. And yeah, that's it. We're going to go ahead and print it, and we'll be ready to press once it's dry. So I went ahead and turned on my heat press already. As you can see, it's at 325 and it is still rising. I like to set my heat press for 400 degrees for 50 seconds. And as this is heating up, I did also go ahead and print out that image in the little screenshot that you saw me do before. So this is the image and how it printed on my paper. It is very large, and I'm really excited for it. And the reason why I'm going to be sublimating on my t-shirt first is because I wanted to make sure that when I do the bleaching, I am as close to the size of the photo as possible. This is just a particular look that I'm going for with today's shirt, and I'm really excited. So I'm gonna let this warm up, and then we're gonna go ahead and got it. We're at 400 degrees and we are ready. So I'm going to put up the camera so you guys can see, because I'm not gonna be able to do this with the phone in my hand. So let's stand up the phone and get to sublimating. All right, as you can see, this is my setup. All right, so I'm standing in front of the heat press, and I have my shirt right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my shirt on the heat press, and I'm going to just quickly warm it up. Now, this is going to remove any of the vapors or anything that is inside of the shirt right now. We're going to go ahead and just heat it up for like 10 seconds. All right. Now, you will see some discoloration when you heat up your shirts. That is totally normal, so don't worry about that. All right. What we can do is that will dissipate after we've washed it. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the image right here that we're gonna be using. I showed you guys how I printed it out. And what I like to do is I like to kind of just lay the image on the shirt right here, just to gauge where that center line is. Now this is a big image, so I'm going to put it as close to the top as I can, okay, to the neckline, because yeah, you don't wanna have it too far down on the belly or too far up. So we're gonna find that sweet spot, which is usually about 3 to 4 fingers. And once we found that nice little sweet spot here, let me get you guys a little closer. All right, right there. This is center. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around. And again, that 4th finger. And I'm gonna take my heat tape that I have nicely right here, and I'm going to tape down my image. Once I have my image taped down, I am then going to just close my heat press and let it do its thing for 50 seconds. So once it's ready, it's going to beep. At least that's what my heat press does. And I'm going to lift it up and just let it settle. When your image is still heated up, you still have kind of like those sublimation gases that are still moving around. So if you lift up your sublimation image too quickly, you could find that there was a little bit of ghosting on your image. So I like to wait for the paper to cool down a little bit so that everything is settled before ripping off that sheet. So just give it a couple of seconds. That's really all that's needed. And once you are ready, you can just go ahead and quickly peel off that image. Now, as you can see, my image here is still looking a bit dull. And the reason why is because I have not gone in with my bleaching yet. So we're gonna go ahead and take this shirt outside, and I'm gonna show you guys how I bleach my shirt. So as you can see, I am outside, and I apologize for all the noise, but we're outside, so there's nothing I can really do about that. But what I wanted to point out to you guys is that it is pretty cloudy here in Miami right now, and usually when you're doing this, you do want to make sure that you have a full sun. That's going to give you it's going to make the bleaching process happen a lot faster when you have the heat of the sun. But since we really need to get this video out and this shirt done as quickly as possible, we're just going to go ahead with this overcast that we have going on and show you guys how I create these shirts. Now, I have this shirt here already. I showed you guys how I sublimated it. This is what the shirt looks like outside. Again, as you can see, it looks pretty dull. So what's gonna brighten this up is we are going to do the bleach, and that's what's gonna help really make this image pop. So the bleach that I'm using is this Complete Home Easy Pour bleach, which I get at Walgreens. I mean, you can get the Clorox brand or you can get any brand from Walmart. I've tried them all, and in my opinion, they all work pretty good. So test it out for yourself and see which one works best for you. I like to use the Power Wash bottle because I like the way it sprays. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this bleach into my Power Wash bottle and close it up. So previously, when I'm doing multiple shirts, I like to kind of lay them all out on the concrete. I did lay them out on the grass and burned my grass, so don't do that, put a tarp down. But for the purposes of this video, we're using my raggedy table that I don't really care about messing up or anything like that. So I'm going to lay the shirt flat down, and as you can see, I've already started spraying in a circular pattern around the image. And what I like about this bottle is that it kind of releases like these larger dots, which I like because I like to have multi-size splatter of bleach on my shirts. So once I've went around the actual image, I'm just going to go ahead and spritz the entire shirt so that there's a bleach spritz pattern all over the front of the shirt. I'm gonna just let this shirt sit for several minutes until I am happy with the amount of white we have on the shirt. Now, mind you, we do have a lot of overcast like I spoke to you guys about before. Considering though, as you can see, this is a real-time video, it is starting to change pretty quickly. So as it was starting to lighten up, I noticed that on the left side of the shirt, there wasn't as much bleach around as the right side of the shirt. So I just went ahead and sprayed a little bit more bleach just to even out the pattern. As you can see with it starting to process, you can notice that the image is starting to brighten up because the color underneath is starting to wash away. So when I'm happy with the coloring that I have already, I'm going to turn my shirt around and then I'm just going to use my spray bottle to splatter that bleach on the back side of this shirt. Now, I did mention to you guys earlier that for this particular shirt, I wanted to have bleach on the front and the back. If you didn't want to have bleach on the back, you can either put a cardboard in the center of your shirt to help avoid any seeping through to the back, or you could have just let your shirt lay on the front and not turn your shirt around. So I just went ahead and did a light spritzing of that bleach on the back just to get some patterns on the back, and then that's pretty much it. So the sun tried to come out a little bit, and as you can see, this is the bleach pattern that we have on the back. I'm going to turn it around just to take a look at the front again, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my hose and we're going to rinse off this shirt. Now, some people like to have a bucket of water mixed with peroxide to help the bleaching process from stopping. This still kind of like neutralizes the bleach if you mix like water and peroxide. I've done it that way, and I've done it this way where I just rinse the shirt off with water. I personally don't see any difference. Again, test it out for yourself both ways and let me know which one works best for you. All right, but for me, I'm going to just take my hose and I'm going to soak up the entire shirt, and I'm going to just kind of wash off manually as much of that Clorox as I can. Now, you saw I didn't use a lot of Clorox. I kind of just spritzed it on. So there's not much. It's not like I'm dousing the shirt in Clorox, literally just kind of spritzing it off. And I'm just using the hose to just rinse off any Clorox that's in those fibers. And once I got that shirt nice and soaked, I'm going to then wring out the water, and then I will rinse it one more time by hand with the hose, wring it out. Then we're gonna go inside and wash it. And this is what the shirt looks like immediately after I've wrung it out. So now it's time to go inside and put it in a quick wash. Usually I like to do a few shirts at a time, so that way I'm not running the wash for one shirt. But for the purposes of this video, you guys know the deal already. I'm going to show you guys how I wash it. Now, I'm going to put it in for an express wash, and I'm literally just using the smallest amount of laundry detergent. All right, we want to make sure we remove all of that Clorox, but I'm just using a little bit of this laundry detergent to wash it really quick. It's going to be about 30 minutes, and then once that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in the dryer. Okay, babes, this is what this shirt looks like. This is a large shirt, and I love how it fits on me. This is the unisex fit. As you can see, this is the image right here, nice and bright. I love how white and clean the bleach spots look. This is the bottom of the shirt, and then this right here is the back. I think it turned out so pretty, and I cannot wait to make more of these shirts so that I can have them available at the local market that I'm going to be doing next month, as well as possibly putting these on the website. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I hope you learned something or just enjoyed watching me create this shirt. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below, and also be sure to let me know what other kind of videos you would like to see from me, more sublimation, resin videos. On this channel, I try to keep it fluid, and I like to do a lot of everything. So you can definitely expect to see lots of tutorials, lots of review videos. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.